Welcome to Rodmed Global Africa News. Here are the top stories shaping Africa today and the global ripple effects. In Johannesburg, the South African rand traded around 17.31 per US dollar in early Friday trading, showing little movement as markets await the decision of the Financial Action Task Force on whether South Africa will be removed from its so-called grey list. The hope of the listing has underpinned cautious optimism among investors, while yields on the 2025 government bond edged lower. Namibian-listed oil and gas company Rhino Resources announced plans to drill an appraisal well on its Capricornus prospect and a flow test on the nearby Volans block next year. Management said they aim for a final investment decision by early 2027 and the first production as early as 2030. The move underscores Africa's energy transition opportunity for frontier producers. Internet access in key Cameroonian cities have been severely disrupted amid widespread protests alleging irregularities in the recent presidential election. The Monitor Net blocks confirmed significant ongoing disruption to connectivity that may hamper news flow and humanitarian monitoring. Coca-Cola has flagged an expected impairment of about $1 billion in the fourth quarter 2025, linked to the sale of part of its share in its African bottling operations. The move follows a deal in which sister firm Coca-Cola HBC agreed to acquire a 75% stake in its African counterpart for $2.6 billion. Analysts say the charge reflects shifting valuations in emerging market investments. Angola is preparing to launch production at its first major copper mine, the Tetelo mine, on 29 October. The project, backed by Chinese and Angolan partners, is expected to produce about 25,000 tons of copper concentrate annually initially, aligning with global demands for metals used in the energy transition. African equity bond markets are facing headwinds this week as global uncertainty over trade negotiations, central bank policy, and commodity flows weighs on investor sentiment. A Reuters Market Take 5 brief flagged emerging markets as make or break for the next cycle. Beyond bottling and mining, multinational corporations are adjusting their Africa strategy. From capital allocations to regional listings and local sourcing, the continent is increasingly part of corporate restructuring. Observers say Africa is no longer just the next frontier, but a core element of global strategy. Rhino Namibia activity joins a broader move in Southern Africa, where less explored basins are gaining investor interest. As energy companies hunt for growth outside traditional regions, Namibia's relatively shallow water prospects have become a focus, although longer-term production is still years away. While regional blocs such as Common Markets for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA, and others push digital cross-border payments to reduce trade frictions, implementation remains uneven. Analysts say success depends on currency convertibility, regulation, and fintech adoption. With the Tetelo copper mine in Angola and exploration offshore Namibia, Africa is doubling down on minerals vital for batteries, renewables, and electric vehicles. Governments and investors are watching how global clean energy demand can translate into jobs and revenue, but also how to manage environmental and fiscal risks. That's the Rodmed Global African News for 24 October 2025. This bulletin was packaged and presented by Temitope Olushola and produced by Emmanuel Uginibo. Thank you for tuning in. Stay informed, stay safe, and have a good day.